Hey guys, this is Tyler here. It is December, right before Christmas, and I want to talk to everyone here why I think TikTok is a big waste of time for most guys, and especially younger guys. Okay, so TikTok's kind of this video streaming app that's been pretty big the past couple of years. It's been pretty massive success from the app standpoint, and in certain countries it's been like one of the top ranked apps in the world. It's somewhere people can share like photos, videos, comedic things. It's kind of a goofy app that was designed primarily for Gen Z demographic. Firstly, I don't like it. I'm not appealed to how it works, the style and stuff. I just think it's kind of weird and annoying. It's very stupid. I think from that perspective, but it certainly has a large following, big audience. But I think for most guys, whether it's Gen Z or for anyone, I think it's a massive waste of time and emotional energy. These kind of apps actually, like we saw with Instagram and Facebook even before that, they were designed for young demographics, and because and if we notice something, the apps are designed for smaller and smaller attention spans. This is actually one of the big reasons why Hollywood nowadays has a really tough time catering to younger audiences, because the attention span is so small. And I certainly know this from my YouTube views. It's very challenging to increase audience retention time. Anyone who's never been in video production, it's hard to understand, but people who have, they understand my point here. TikTok is a big app, and we saw that countries like US, President Trump was trying to kind of get the app shut down in the US, and the US division was sold to someone, and there have been other countries that have either shut it down or they're attempting to have it shut down. And there's various reasons for this. National security perspective, there's been a lot of online bullying. There's been kind of these life-ending episodes like we see with Facebook, social media, Instagram. These same trends commonly happen with these types of apps. There's other issues, of course, like child solicitation things. There's maybe certain national security problems. And the app also, of course, like in schools and other environments for younger people, it's a huge distraction for younger people. They obviously need them to be focused on academics, and also consider that because of this huge global crisis in the past year, kids were at home, so they didn't really have to focus on classes per se. They could be on these apps. They could be kind of fooling around nonstop because there's no censor here. They could do whatever. And this is probably a big reason why I think in 2020 the app really took off, especially for Gen Z. There is a millennial audience that also likes it, and older people, but I think the main audience is Gen Z. But for most guys, I think it's a massive waste of time. I would say this about other apps of this nature. I think even maybe some online gaming like Minecraft may build more reasoning and certain intellectual skills, but I don't think something like TikTok it does this. And I think also like other apps, it can be kind of very negative, the influences. I think it kind of promotes a looser mindset, and it's also, I think, very like low class, we might say. And if you're going to be around influences of this, I think you should find more positive. Grant Cardone, I think, is a good alternative, even if it's just for entertainment's sake. There's other guys, and also this is a big key, is that find other men that can be influential. I see a lot of these apps, and what I see is girls. I see women that are pushing all the messages. They're coming up with their quote-unquote comedy, which isn't often comedy. It's always around women, it seems like, and I think you should have men in the picture. For younger guys, men are the best influencers. Not all of them, but you'll find better options out there. Some people have mentioned, well, what about business promotion? Like I have products or service promotion. In most cases, I don't think it's very useful. I can tell you from the perspective who's ran products, businesses. I've ran Shopify, e-commerce, service-based business. I've done boat detailing. I had a smartwatch technology startup business with my brother a few years ago. And I certainly understand kind of the marketing and advertisement aspect very well. It's huge with any business, whether it's product or service. In most cases, TikTok's not going to be very useful. Okay, if you're a musician or you're trying to kind of promote like musician, or you're trying to get people to maybe see a YouTube channel or something, you're more of an entertainer, yeah, it may help a bit. But if you're pushing products, services, typically this isn't going to be the audience that you'd be pushing items with. This is generally an audience that has low spending power. And if they do have spending power, they're probably not going to be spending it through TikTok. Keep that in mind. If you're selling anything of value that's over like $10, you're probably not going to be drawing an audience from here. Some of these people may buy, but they're not going to be buying from TikTok. And also keep in mind, there's a lot of scams on these types of platforms. And so whether you as the seller or the buyer, there's often a lot of a high sense of untrustworthiness there, and people often aren't going to buy. And often people aren't going to these apps. They're not being drawn in for the sake of buying product or service. Maybe if they were going to YouTube, or of course going to Amazon or other search engines, Facebook, they may have the intention to buy or some intention, but usually on these apps, all about entertainment, and that's key here. So if it's for entertainment's sake, maybe in certain cases. These apps, though, I mean, this is like many other apps. There's like a Candy Crusher game. There's all these gaming apps, and huge time wasters, distractors, and I think also create short attention spans, which are things that really hinder a younger man in their pursuit and their development to become better. I spend many hours working and editing these videos, and I noticed this, that in the era that we live in, especially in the first few videos on my channel, very difficult honestly to focus and to concentrate for several hours. But over time, when you're more accustomed to it, it's easier to concentrate. And this is the same situation as many electronic music musicians, that they have to spend quite a few hours dedicated to refining their craft and improving the sound of their music and everything. And these are skills I think that you're not really going to build through these types of apps. So you're best off just avoiding them. Maybe using them now and then if it's just simply for entertainment's sake. But there's better influences I think you can find for entertainment's sake that would probably be more motivational and make you better as a man. This is my take on this situation. Like I said, if you're just simply going for some short entertainment or whatever like that, yeah, it's fine. But if it's something long term, you're habitual on this app like day after day, like Instagram or Facebook, maybe it's good to consider this situation and try avoid it at least and use it less. So thank you.